Nation, welcome back to the Sooner Surge. We're here for another Double Trouble episode. Thanks for being on here. Again, appreciate the comments and all the viewers that we have on a nightly basis. We could not do this without you, nor would we want to do this without you. So thanks for being a Sooner Surge subscriber. And if you want to take that next step, go ahead and hop on the Sooner Surge Unlimited train. That thing's rolling along. You want to be on board that. Also, make sure you check out the fanstop.com. Use code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. Hop on board that. Some great shirts, high quality. You'll want to do that. Check out the Fanstop Shirt of the Month Club. Lots of news to get to. Lots of news, Jay.
Jay, as in Jay Nunez, is headed to Alabama. And yes, I saw the comments earlier about analyst or whatever. Yes, analyst. That's correct. So OU will need to find another analyst for that. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that he's taken the same role. I think I haven't heard that it's an on-field coach there, so that's a little surprising. But
look,
hey,
I would expect him to be on the field there and take a role. He's an Alva, Oklahoma guy. For him to leave his home state, I would think or hope that there would be some kind of upgrade there for him. Mez brings up a great point. When we talked about Zach Alley, there was a question of how much will Zach Alley have his hands in the special teams? And look, Jay, I'm not going to go off a minute and 45 into this. I think there needed to be a change as well in special teams. It was abysmal in a lot of areas. However, I will say this, and I say this, you can take it for what it's worth. Jay Nunez was a senior special teams analyst. He was not coaching on the field. There were certain limitations. He was not coaching. So there is that to be thought of. Now, I, for one, and I know people are going to disagree with me, I think OU should have a coordinator for special teams. I think they should devote a whole position.
Who are you going to get rid of?
I don't know, Jay.
You can't. You'd have to get rid of a coach.
I understand that, or put that on someone who's a coach.
It doesn't work that way, man. Sorry.
Well, it absolutely does. If you want to prioritize special teams, put a coach with them.
The only way that works is if you have Seth Luttrell as the OC and you would have left Joe John Finley as tight end / special teams coach.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how it would work. That's what Shane Beamer did. That's the only way it works. You can't do it now. You've got too many coaches. So you got to get another analyst. Ron
mentioned Turk. I'd be on board with that. But hey, Hunter brings up a great point. Luke Elzinga pretty much followed Jay Nunez here. Is he going to follow him to Bama? That would be a hurt. That would be a blow.
Yeah, he punted really well once he got going last year. That's for sure. It'll be interesting to see how. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to be filled very quickly. I think they're going to probably take the time. There's no need to. I mean, I don't think there's a need to rush it at all.
Hey, Monty, I just want to say thanks. That means a lot for you to say that. Appreciate that. It was a great experience last night. One we'll remember forever. Appreciate the kind words.
Okay, Mess, I see what you're saying, and that's what I'm saying. But how much does he really spend on special teams? And now he's also the co-OC. I mean,
well, you can either blame Nunez or you can blame other guys. But all I'm saying is there were some bad things, and I think the most questionable things maybe weren't even on Nunez. I'm glad. Like, who's returning punts? Whose decision was that? It wasn't Nunez.
Or was it? You don't know. You don't know.
I don't know for sure, but I've heard
you don't know.
Others. I don't think it was Nunez rolling. I don't think Nunez was rolling Freeman out there every game. Sorry.
He's got special teams on his coaching analyst title. He 100% analyzes who's out there.
He couldn't coach on game days.
No, correct.
DeMarco Murray may have had a lot to do with that. Mez says DeMarco is the kick and punt return specialist.
It all ultimately, though, BV, correct.
I don't think, look, Chief, losing Nunez is not a bad thing. My question is this. My concern would be if Luke Elzinga follows him, that's a bad thing. And what I'm saying is they lost an analyst. This guy wasn't on the field coaching.
Correct. So go get another analyst. It'll be fine.
I don't know how much veto power he had, Jay.
Nobody knows. Hey,
no one knows in those analyst roles how much power do they have. That's a question.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows. Nunez was only a special team specialist for punter and kicker. Well, the kicking
did great on punter, did bad on kicker. How about that?
The kicking sucked, and yeah, they had the injuries, but it wasn't good.
Exactly, Bobby. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Look, Jay Nunez is at Alabama. Good for him. It's probably a great move. I am in the minority here. I think OU should devote as much to special teams as some other areas.
By hiring a new like a coach?
I, for one, wish OU had a special teams coordinator.
So what position coach would you get rid of for that?
Well, maybe a linebackers, Jay.
Wow. Okay.
Zach Alley can coach linebackers.
Hey, Jeremy, do you want linebackers to come to the University of Oklahoma?
Yeah, Zach Alley will recruit them. What do you mean
coaching them? He's coaching.
What do you mean you can't? I'm going to lose my mind early in this one tonight. I wasn't on the live last night. I'm about to go off right now.
Alley is coaching linebackers. That's what Hunter's saying. You going to get rid of him?
So they don't have a linebackers coach. They have a DC.
Alley is the linebacker coach. Alley is.
And he's the DC, Jay.
ODC.
So give special teams to another coach on staff.
That's what they're going to have to do. There might be somebody titled that, but you want somebody fully devoted to special teams, and that's it.
No, I don't care if they have another role, but they should be devoted to special teams.
I just think it's hard to do that this day and age with the limits on coaches, man. It really.
I can tell you the last time, Chief T-Bird, when they had a special teams coordinator. Someone go back and look.
The difference in them winning a game, I mean, I thought Brent Venables' first year, they were pretty good on special teams. If you look at it, they had a couple fakes that worked out. Schmidt was okay. I don't think the first year they were bad under BV. I really don't.
Hunter, I'm asking. Someone go look when Antonio Perkins was there.
Oh, my God. Because Antonio Perkins was an elite punt returner, Jeremy.
I get mad a lot of times, but...
Jeez.
And Bobby,
here's the problem.
This is one I would love to see.
Okay, but here's the problem. And maybe that's a way you can bump his pay, because right now he's getting paid less than some of the other guys.
Bump it up, keep him. He's an elite recruiter, and give him special teams.
You can't throw it on him without bumping him quite a bit, I think.
Bump him.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, before everyone thinks that I'm just losing my mind, as Hunter says, which he's wrong, my point is, if you want to be an elite special teams unit, devote stuff to it, period. Don't give it to an analyst.
Okay, but Jeremy, it's not as easy as that.
It absolutely is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You have a certain number of coaches, Jeremy.
I beg to differ.
So you think one coach should be over special teams?
They can have another role, but there has to be a priority for special teams. It can't be this, hey, go over there and kick the ball for a while.
I don't think that's what they did. I think that's why they had an analyst. Lincoln Riley didn't even have an analyst, I don't think. Yeah, see, I think we're confused.
I'm not implying breaking compliance. I'm about to breaking compliance here. What are you talking about?
Jeremy, I think we're confused on what you're wanting, because you're acting like you want one special teams coach and you want to pay him just to do special teams.
Open these things, Jay. Open them.
What things?
I need to get Miracle Ear to be a sponsor for this program, because you can't hear. Listen to me. Give it to another coach. Put it in their title. Something.
So, Jeremy, you're making my point for me. If you give it to another coach, then they're not going to really care as much about it as they are about coaching safeties or linebackers. It's still a side job, is it not?
And that's the problem.
How's that any different?
You just said the problem. That's the problem with OU special teams.
No, Jeremy, I'm arguing your point here. You say you want it to be the forefront. We got to make a coach be over it. But then you want to give it to a coach who already coaches linebackers or safeties.
Yes, I do.
That's not going to be their forefront and the one thing they want to concentrate on. It's
Copenhagen, I'm with you. Look, everyone knows when Virginia Tech was elite, it was because of their special teams can change everything. And if you just put it on the back burner, I'm not saying OU's putting it on the back burner. I'm just saying I would rather have I don't want an analyst just for special teams.
Hey, can't be a side job. It will be a side job if you give it to another coach, would it not?
No, it would be part of their other job.
You don't think another part of their job would slack?
Look, you're the one making it a side job. You're the one diminishing it.
Jeremy, you work. If somebody gives you an extra job at your work, it's gonna take away from something else, is it not?
It could, but look, there's a lot of guys that can do two things, Jay.
Let's move on. What do you think of Missouri? What do you think of Missouri today?
$62 million, man. It's not going to work for them either.
What do you mean it's not going to work?
It's not going to work. They're not going to win.
BV special teams, Hub says.
That's not a bad thing.
Well, if he can take his mind off of defense and let Zach Alley run that, maybe, yeah.
I wouldn't be totally against BV. And look, I also think there's something to be said for the head coach as far as you got fakes that you do, having the feel for the game. But I don't care who it is. Let's just make it a priority. Not saying that it wasn't, but
I'm
it wasn't
not saying
great.
Don't make it a priority.
Nunez and staff.
I'm not arguing with you about the priority. I think it needs to be a priority. That's
Jay Boulware was really good.
Boulware was good. I agree.
What was his role, Hunter? Wasn't he also defensive ends? Maybe you can look that up. And I agree. The NCAA is garbage that you can't just have 11 coaches in. It's stupid.
Rules are rules, dude.
Here, Jay Boulware had 3 jobs, Jay. Now everyone's got 1 job.
And he was really good special teams coach.
Sure was, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they don't have the right person running it there then.
How much emphasis do you want to put on special teams? That's the question. If I'm the coach, I want a lot put on it.
I agree with there needs to be emphasis. That's not what I'm saying. Not what I'm arguing at all.
So. I know they do, Hunter. I'm not saying they don't. Jay just got on me and said, how can Brandon Hall do safety?
No, Jeremy.
Special teams will be put to the side.
Dude, it's like arguing against a brick wall.
Sure is, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even make a point because you try to change what I just argued, but whatever.
Hey, so it is interesting, though, the move to Bama. Like, he's from Oklahoma. He's kind of was in the Michigan area for a while.
Bama
right?
came calling when you take it?
Well, I would think he would be on field then. I wouldn't go there just for an analyst.
Maybe he's trying to move up. I mean,
that's my guess.
And it's to me
for money, Chester. It's so they can pay those coaches more. They're co-OCs and co-DCs, but they have a position group they coach, so it's for money.
You know, I'd like to see Emmett Jones on the special teams.
Yeah, Emmett Jones might be good. Hey,
there's got to be
maybe it's because they want Luke Elzinga. I'm kidding. I'm not starting any rumors.
Jay, I wonder if there's a connection there by somebody.
I tried to look it up. I looked at Nunez's past, and I didn't find any connection with DeBoer or anything like that. But.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Chief. What I thought was funny about the whole thing was it was an anonymous gift. Like, really? $62 million? That's about 1 of 2 people. So we kind of probably know who the gift giver was. But and I just thought that was kind of funny.
Hey, I'm picking BYU tomorrow. So,
are you really?
Absolutely, I'm picking BYU.
Yeah, they're out of the top 25 now. OU is, so it's a must.
I'm done trying to pick
this. This is a must win. Must win.
I'm done trying to pick them.
Have to have it tomorrow night.
T. Moses, if he's moving there for an analyst, though, it's pretty much, I mean, the same move, and you're moving from your home state. So
yeah, but a lot of people see it as if you move states, then you're willing to relocate and move somewhere else. I mean, if he's an Oklahoma guy, I mean,
yeah, agreed.
oh, Jackson doesn't think they're going to win either. Man, everybody's down on OU. Wow.
You wonder why, Jay. Hey, and Moser wants out of Norman. Ron says every single time. I don't know. He seems pretty happy in Norman, but he's kind of got it made there. They're not going to fire him.
Hey, if they don't make
one of the 70, you cannot be one of the 70 best teams in basketball for 3 straight years, and he probably still won't get fired. That's just me, though. 70.
What?
OU hasn't been top 70 under Porter Moser.
Hub says now I have OU and Alabama's resume. That's not too bad, is it?
That's good.
It was Trey Young, Lon
Kruger coach.
Lon Kruger.
Trey Young. Lon Kruger. And Lon Kruger was really good. No, Moser did not coach Trey Young.
I will say the Forsyth kid that he's got committed, signed.
Unbelievable.
He's the next biggest thing since Trey Young out of the state of Oklahoma. So,
and this is what I was saying. I think Bama's going to have a special teams coordinator. I said that before. I told Hunter that before. I haven't seen that that's what it's going to be, but I expect Bama to do that.
Wow, Chief. Look at this comment, Jeremy.
Told my wife she was absolutely ridiculous over the weekend. She agreed and apologized, and our relationships were good. Wow. I'm glad I could help. That's not really what I thought I would be doing to help, but appreciate that comment, Chief. That's funny. And
Bobby says they were both coaches.
Probably kidding too.
Bobby says they were both coaches at Eastern Michigan. Maybe that's a connection.
I knew Nunez was there. I did not know DeBoer was okay in 2016. Okay, so there it is. There's the connection. Thanks, guys.
Hey, there's Scott. Scott, recent Sooner Surge Unlimited member. Appreciate it, Scott, so much. How Boise State have Allie as a special teams coach? Why can't we have that at OU? Hey, and here's the thing, Scott. That's a great point. He was a great special teams guy at Boise State. He could be that guy, but how much does that pull him away from the defense? That's my only thing. Now, if he's not going to be calling the plays and stuff, for sure, put him at special teams. But I think he's going to be calling the plays. But
so Jay, yeah. You and Hunter, I want to get you and Hunter's take on the fact that if he is a special teams coordinator, Alabama has one apparently.
That's what his title was at OU.
What's your thoughts on that?
His title at OU was coordinator.
His title was senior defensive and senior special teams analyst.
It was special teams coordinator.
Senior special teams analyst at OU.
I'm pretty sure his title was coordinator.
Senior special teams analyst, dude. Jeez.
Okay, I'm wrong.
You are. And listen, I'm sorry, but Alabama, if they have a coordinator role for the special teams, that's probably why they had one of the best kickers too. Just saying. Jay, I'll actually say this. The kick coverage and punt coverage was really good last year. It was really, really good. Kicking game, atrocious. Return game, abysmal. Those are my 2 complaints.
Yeah, they were bad. They were bad. You can't argue it, Jeremy. Nothing you can argue about that.
I'm not arguing it. I promise you this. I'll give you an example, and sorry for the English example. If you only spend 1 out of 5 days on grammar and you spend 4 on reading, guess what the students are going to be better at? Not grammar, I promise you.
Always got to bring it back. Always got to bring it back to English, don't you?
I'm just saying there's a reason students struggle with grammar. Most people don't teach it. They teach reading.
What do you think an analyst for special teams does? Sets up your fakes and stuff, right? I mean,
I tell you what the analyst probably did. Did stuff at practice, organized some things, logistically things. Didn't do much more than that.
Well, they have an opening, so we'll see what happens and where they go. I think they might just leave it on staff and give it to somebody. I think that's probably what they'll do.
I hope that's what I want.
And we'll see what happens. Special teams almost cost Texas a game. Yeah. It's a lot of money for an analyst. I mean, it is.
Is he getting $250,000?
I think something.
I don't know if I know analyst salaries.
Jay says, all I know is when I saw the thumbnail tonight,
kudos to Hunter. Kudos to Hunter who makes all the graphics. Are you guys impressed with Hunter's graphic making skills? They're pretty good. Yeah. I like the one yesterday with the pancakes, Jay.
Yeah. In an interview, Nunez said he only worked with the punter and kicker at OU. So there you have it. Mess says.
Probably because he didn't want to answer the Gavin Freeman stuff.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought whatever. Googled it up, said he went 110 to 250. That's insane, man.
You know what? If I'm Brandon Hall, I'm saying, hey, coach, come meet me over here for a second. Can we meet in your office? Listen, here's the deal. He got a $140,000 raise to coach special teams. Give me that money. I'll devote way more attention to special teams. Bring it, Brandon Hall saying.
Maybe they will, Jeremy.
I promise you.
Maybe they will. So his title was analyst at Oklahoma?
Yes.
I thought special teams coordinator analyst was the same thing, but I didn't think title mattered as long as you're not on the field. But
it's funny. Someone said Stoops for special teams coach, but yeah, everyone would be like, "See you, BB. You can't hire Stoops."
No, that's not happening. Now, down the road, I mean, somebody like Drake Stoops,
not for special teams.
Oh, he'd be good no matter what he did, Jeremy.
And I don't think Turk. I think Brandon Hall, to me, I would be shocked. What is Brandon Hall's title right now? Safeties coach? Co-DC? No, just safeties coach.
Yeah, it is time for trivia. And Caleb Kelly, now there you go, Gray God.
That's a good Gray God. That's a good point.
That's a good one. Hey, trivia time. Chief needs to win. Jay got double whammy last night. And I got a doozy for you tonight. And trivia tonight, sponsored by the Fan Stop. Please go to thefanstop.com. Use code SURGE, 10% off. Can't beat it for the first 3 months. So please do that. And here we go with the trivia for the night. Jay Jones in the lead, I believe, for the month of February. Super Bowl coming up this weekend. Yes, it is. Here's the question. You got to be quick, but you also got to know it. Which college football team has had the most quarterbacks in the Super Bowl?
Oh, you hired the lady from Troy for Soul Mission, Jackson said.
I did not see that.
I did not see that.
Anybody know this answer? It's not Michigan. This answer might surprise you. Not Notre Dame, not Stanford, not Ohio State, not Notre Dame. And I know why they picked Michigan, because Brady, but you can't count him 7 times. It's the most quarterbacks. There it is, Bobby Wiley, Cal. That's surprising. Very surprising. Good job, Bobby. Bobby's been kind of hot on trivia. That's a couple this week, I think, that he's got. So.
Starters, Jay?
Yeah. Surprising, isn't it?
Rodgers, Goff. Rodgers and Goff. Surprise for sure. Good trivia, Jay. Dalpost says.
Yeah, I have to look up all of them. Yeah, Rodgers, Goff. I mean, I'd have to look it up, Hunter. Maybe you can look it up. I'm just saying. There could be some older ones, buddy.
There are some. Has to be if that's the answer. So I didn't know the answer. So
what's up, Marjorie? How are you tonight?
I saw Marjorie. I saw Chad Gamble hop on here. Appreciate it. Jay, we can step away from the special teams area since it seems like OU did that often. What else going on?
Well, today, I mean, I just think the Missouri thing was kind of a interesting thing on Twitter, obviously, people talking about it. I don't think anybody's probably surprised it was Missouri. I think the amount of money is kind of crazy.
Is Missouri the new A&M? I think they are.
I think they are. I would agree with you on that. And I heard an interesting interview with the guy about Drinkwitz, about how he has kind of taken over the NIL at Missouri. And, you know, a lot of coaches have kind of pushed it off to other people. He's been pushing more of the coaching off to other people, and he's been kind of taking over the NIL part of it. It's kind of what I heard, which is very interesting. But they got some big donors, man. $62 million. Dang.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Vince Ferragamo.
Craig Morton was a cow. Didn't know that.
There it is.
There it is.
Joe Cap, Craig Morton, Vince Ferragamo, A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, and Jared Goff.
Walmart donors.
Well, I mean, what does the vest say? We make a difference. There it is.
$50 million to facilities. $12 million was to NIL, I believe, right? Right, yeah. Straight to NIL.
Now, I will say this. Their facilities aren't great.
They are?
They're not.
No, they need an upgrade. I agree.
Their stadium needs upgrades bad.
Yeah. But what's funny is, do you think, are they a program? Because they were pretty good in the Big 12. Let's be honest. They were in the Big 12 title game. They gave OU a run for their money a few years. OU beat them. But is this a program, Missouri, can they stick it out, say a top 15 team for the next 10 years?
No, they're not, Jay. Their stadium's bad. Listen, and look, my in-laws live in Columbia. It's not that great of a city. I mean, like, I don't think it's that easy to recruit to. Now, here's the deal. If you take NIL away, Mizzou's nothing. You can't recruit there. Yes, they're SEC, but, I mean,
you can't say
NIL, which you never can do. But
how can you say they're nothing? They were pretty good in the Big 12. And didn't they make the SEC championship like 2 of the first 3 years or something?
I'm just saying.
That was before NIL. That was before
recruiting is hard to get there, Jay. I'm just saying that.
It's hard. The Missouri fans are waking up. Like they're pumping themselves up right now. I promise you. And they did not say that this $62 million was a Walmart donor, but I don't know who has $62 million. I mean,
well, I know who doesn't. Me. How's our father? He is hanging in. I'll give him that. Dude's a fighter. He's got bad diabetic ulcers on his feet now, and some bed sores there. It's causing him the most pain of anything. So just praying that get that under control and comfort a little bit, because he's in a lot of pain there. And that, of course, today even said I'm in pain from my head now, literally down to my toes. So yeah,
got some balls on here tonight.
Hey, Jay, Fan Stop, Hunter can check that out.
Volunteer Club, got some balls on here tonight. Hey, where do you guys see Tennessee ranked this year, record-wise in the SEC? Pretty decent schedule for Tennessee, I think.
Hey, listen, Jay, first, I want to tell Big Orange Vol in here, you can see the Fan Stop logo. Tennessee Vol fan, go to fanstop.com. Use our code SURGE, and you can sign up for a Tennessee shirt of the month. You'll get a new shirt every month, shirt of the month. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. You need to do it, Big Orange Ball. Use code SURGE. Hey, listen.
I'm excited about them coming. I'm excited about that game in Norman. Heupel coming back.
Tennessee, I said at worst, is 9-3 with their schedule. It's an awful schedule.
Well, and you got Nico versus Jackson Arnold. Gray God put it down here. That's an unbelievable matchup.
They did get Georgia and maybe Bama, they say.
No, saying maybe Bama will be tough.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
But I think Bama's at home, I believe, if I remember right. I think it's at Tennessee. I'd have to look it up. But, what do you guys think? Y'all love Heupel over there? I'd be interested to know. It seemed like Heupel kind of got a bad rap at OU, did he not? People like,
well, he struggled. He learned a lot at OU. He did learn.
Man says Ball's about to get thumped in Norman. At
Hey,
Tennessee,
I will say this.
That's right. They're going to end up in the river again.
Their stadium holds over 113,000. When Rocky Top gets playing, it's a pretty legit atmosphere. That is definitely a trip I want to make.
Yeah, they love Heupel, man. Hey, and the Heupel's won some big games that, you beat Alabama. That's huge. So they just got to me, Tennessee's got to get to that next step next, and that's making a playoff, top 12. I mean, 101,000.
Yeah, I know, but I thought they did a renovation that added 10,000 seats. I knew it was at 100,000, but and Heupel was learning on the job at OU.
Just like Levy was, man. No different.
No different. Levy was a better coordinator than Heupel at OU.
Yeah, I mean, points and numbers wise, he was. Yeah. Yeah, I'm.
Their O line's going to be their key, Jay.
What?
They got to protect Nico. Their O line's their key.
I agree.
That's right. The blind side.
If you look at stadiums in the SEC as an OU fan, I'm most looking forward to go to. I mean, you got Tennessee's one of them. LSU. For some reason, I don't know why, Bama's not like a nostalgic place for me.
It's one of the best. Hey,
I just don't see it as
now A&M. I've been to A&M College Station. That stadium it's a great atmosphere because of the 12th man and the band is just fun to watch. But the stadium itself, not great.
Hunter, I disagree on this. LSU, Tennessee, and Ole Miss for me because of the tailgating. The Grove,
tailgating, but stadium.
The Grove, man. Stadium-wise, maybe. Okay, stadium-wise.
Oh, Monty lives in Tennessee. Man, I'm jealous. Tennessee is a beautiful place.
Yeah, Mars says the Missouri money won't last. I think we all kind of think that. The Missouri, they're not going to be a top 12 team consistently, are they, Jeremy?
No. Hey, and Lance Hurd is at Lance Hurd is at Tennessee, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we'll see how much he gets in there.
You wanted him, man. You wanted him.
Dixieland Delight bucket list. Yes, exactly. Yep, Sam Walton money.
The crazy thing is Arkansas, they're not getting the Walton money. Backyard.
How do you think OU fans will deal with Heupel? I think it'll be more of a small golf clap.
No, he'll get a good ovation.
They're not going to boom, but they're not going to lose their mind.
He'll get a good ovation, but Beamer will get a better ovation.
You think?
People love Beamer, dude. I don't see it personally. I think he's on the hot seat. He's got to win, man. He'd be gone. Listen. Here's what I'll say about Beamer, because of his dad coaching there, because of his dad's name. I think he went from OU assistant to a big-time Power 5 job really quickly without any head coaching experience, right?
Too quickly.
And that's what I'm saying. He didn't – and I'm not saying he's not a good coach, but South Carolina, it's a tough job, dude. It's a tough job.
Yeah, I for one think that he got the job too quickly.
And this is right. This is right. It would be sad if he doesn't get a massive ovation. The guy won the last natty for Oklahoma. I mean, had a couple bad years as an OC, but people need to kind of drop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did so much for OU.
Yeah, listen, Spencer Rattler, that we'll see what his pro career looks like. He definitely played well one game.
Was that off the Connor Stallion stuff though?
Could have been.
I mean, so Heupel, the last OU quarterback to win a natty, he will be well received. I think he will be too.
Yeah, for sure, Jay. I'm curious how Vol fan found our channel. We do have an Ole Miss guy on here. Bradley's not on here tonight, but Ole Miss guy. I love having more SEC people in here. Be great. And by the way, if you really want to continue what we do on here, you got to get on the Sooner Surge Unlimited part, which is $4.99 a month. You get extra benefits and perks. It's well worth it. Sooner Surge Unlimited.
Chief is right. Boo Caden Green and A&M. You always boo A&M. I'm disappointed OU's not playing in A&M this year. I really am.
Yes.
Kyla, now Kyla, I'm not going to disagree with you there because Heupel near the end of the year, that offense struggled, but defense just pulled them through. I'm not going to disagree, Kyla.
Hey, college football is going to be so fun knowing there's 12 teams that make it. And then Purple Orca, great analogy. Excellent analogy. Perfect. Jay should actually look at your examples of analogy because he can't use them. Jason can't use them, but that's a great one there.
Why do you always say what I can and cannot do? I get tired.
Because I can, and you can't.
Michael, I agree with this. I know some volunteer fans personally. They're very classy. I will say that.
You know who's not?
There's a lot of teams that aren't, Jeremy.
Missouri fans, not classy. Well, yeah, if you remember right, Chief T-Bird brings it up. Heupel was hurt, and no one talked about it.
Well, that's true. That's true. I will agree with you there.
I'm going to say this, Big Orange. Oklahoma people are very respectful to the opposing team. Sometimes there's a lot of Oklahoma fans are not great fans.
What are you saying?
And this is in any fan base, Jay.
What are you saying? I'm confused.
What do you mean? What am I? I'm saying there's a lot of OU fans.
What point are you trying to make?
There's a lot of dumb OU fans, bad OU fans.
I think every college team has that.
I said that.
Okay, so why are you calling out certain teams? They're all that way.
Okay.
Frank Beamer, Virginia head coach, did. Virginia Tech. I don't know what you're meaning by that, Robert. Yeah, now, if out of the games that OU's playing this year, the road games, there's one road game that OU fans are going to travel well and going to be very heated, and that's Missouri. The Missouri-OU rivalry being reconnected is going to be awesome. I'm here for it.
Jay Jones, you're right. Real fans versus Twitter trolls. That's exactly.
That's true. Twitter makes a lot of people look bad, really.
LSU, A&M are the most delusional fan bases.
LSU for sure. I mean,
can you blame them, Jay? Their coach is a moron.
Yeah.
Maybe they turn it around this year.
Can't argue. You got 5 teams to make the SEC to make the playoff this year from the SEC, correct, Jeremy?
That's what I got. I got 5 teams from the SEC in the Big 12 in the 12-team playoff.
Who are they?
I'm not going to say who they are right now. I mean,
but you think
I think they're getting 5. That's what I'm saying.
Big Orange, Vol. Here's the question: quarterback. That's
Nussmeier.
If you go back last year,
Nussmeier.
Daniels carried them to victories. Okay, what do you think about quarterback this year? I don't know, man. Hey, Big Orange. I'm not ready to pick OU at LSU as a win. Can't do it yet. Peyton says you're a little too calm tonight, Jeremy. We need to rant.
Well, if you watch the first 10 minutes, I lost my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm saving it.
Saving it for another day, aren't you?
Saving it until someone makes me mad. And someone kind of mentioned something early in the chat that we didn't even talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it.
What was that?
The Andrew Anthony. Chad Gamble, appreciate you so much. Every single night. Just one of the greatest here every single night. Will the OU Missouri game have more OU fans than the OU Texas game? No, but the rivalry is very heated.
It is very heated. Hey, I don't know what people are talking about with this.
I didn't even bring it up because I think it's ridiculous. Someone in the chat mentioned something about, is he transferring? No, he's not.
Hey, I see this question about baseball. Hunter on here is our baseball guru, but let me say this. The SEC in baseball, it's a gauntlet. It's almost like Big 12 basketball. And Skip Johnson and them, they got to have a good year this year heading into that next year because it is insanity over there for baseball. It's another world.
Yeah, obviously, I didn't bring it up either. So when someone asked that.
Yeah, Hunter says they have a pitching staff to make a deep run if they get the rotation down early on. Didn't Tennessee get in a little trouble with baseball? Wasn't that part of their NIL problem? Didn't have to do with baseball? Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, Thunder OU Sooner is great.
Nothing's going to come of it anyway. Missouri head coach.
That is great.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
That is kind of how he looks, isn't it?
I'm not a fan of Drinkwitz.
Top dog in SEC baseball?
Yeah, they are.
Hunter would know who the top one projected is.
Hey, Hunter, let me say this about what Mess said. SEC baseball equals big boy pants. If Skip Johnson's not careful and doesn't win, it's going to be like Porter Moser in basketball. If you can't win in the conference, that's it.
Hey, yeah, Arkansas is always good. Bradley. Bradley is the Ole Miss fan that's on here.
Arkansas is underachieved.
We have a Tennessee fan on here now as well, so it's been great chatting it up.
Arkansas
He's got Ole Miss, OU, Texas, Georgia, Missouri.
What I was saying was Arkansas is underachieved in baseball the last few years.
Oh, they're really highly touted every year, but they don't ever pan out.
Yeah, they call them the Omahogs, but yeah, it's big time over here in Arkansas, man. They love it.
Softball's better in the SEC as well.
Oh, not even close.
Basketball is the only sport you get worse in.
Yeah, because the Big 12 is just unreal.
Too deep.
Yeah.
SEC's got some top-heavy teams, but they're not very deep.
Yeah, and this is true. This is a great point Purple makes here. The SEC is better because their fans invested in their teams. That's right. It just means more. Purple just means more.
For fans to get on another team's nightly podcast and talk is pretty extraordinary, honestly.
Yeah. Every night we do this, 9:30.
The Woo Pig Suey fans, yes, it's loyalty at its finest.
That's right.
Jay's right in the middle of Arkansas country. They're in Bentonville.
That's right. Yeah. Hunter, who was it that put their top 5 in here? Was it Sooner fan?
Bradley did. I like Bradley's. There's no way I'm putting Missouri in my top 5, though.
Oh, Jeremy, no, I'm not either. Ole Miss is going to make the playoff this year, correct?
Probably them in Texas and Georgia are the 3 closest, I'd say, guarantees.
And here's the thing. We talked about this multiple times on the show is you have OU versus Tennessee, OU versus Bama, OU versus Ole Miss. Those 3 games, and OU versus Missouri. Those 4 games, to me, are they mean so much to the playoff. I mean, it's just every one of those is almost like a playoff game.
Yeah, and T-Bird, yes, they're still a Power 5 conference. You got teams, and in basketball, they're easily a Power 5 conference. They're probably still going to be the best basketball conference, even without the teams even with the teams they've lost. But they're still easily a Power 5 with the teams they have. Jay, have you listened to Uncle Lou, Georgia YouTuber?
I've heard of him, haven't listened to him. Heard of him.
Yeah, not going to talk about.
Yeah, LSU as well.
Yeah,
that's another good one. Who's winning the Super Bowl, Jeremy? Who you got?
I'm going Chiefs with Mahomes and Kelsey until someone stops them. Kansas is going to overtime with K-State.
Wow, where's that game at? K-State?
Got to be. There's no way that's in Lawrence.
Road, man, Jeremy. There you go. Firebeard Bill Self, I guess.
Yeah. Let's compare Porter Moser to Bill Self. Nice comparison, Jason.
Well, that's his 5 teams, he's saying. It's in Manhattan. They always playing pretty good in Manhattan. And Kansas has not been a good road team.
Kansas State does suck, Hunter. I'll say it again.
Yeah, you know what? Should we get it? I'm gonna watch Uncle Lou. I'm gonna see what he's about.
Hey, let's get him on here.
I'm gonna see what Uncle Lou's about. Get him on for the live. That'd be nice.
Let's watch him after this. Reach out to the guy. Hey, before we get off here, again, the news was Nunez out, headed to another SEC foe in Alabama. Uh, looks like is going to be the special teams coordinator there. What will OU do? Will they hire an analyst to help with special teams? Will they give that to maybe a Brandon Hall or something? That's to be said. But that's kind of the big news of the night that was talked about. I'll say it was great having a Tennessee fan on here again and Ole Miss. Guys, the fanstop.com has Mississippi and Tennessee Shirt of the Month Club, and you can still get 10% off by using Surge as your code, even though you're not Sooner fans. You can get 10% off, and that's everyone on here. Check it out, fanstop.com. Do that, please. Also, hop on the Sooner Surge Unlimited, okay? Get on that. Join our Discord. We chat it up. We'll chat it up a whole lot more as things really get ramped up and rolling. But appreciate everyone being on here tonight. Big thanks to Chad for the $5 super.
Yeah.
Really helps us out. What can really help us out is you liking this live right now. Continue to comment. Supers are nice. Appreciate everyone that's on here. We did do a softball live right before this, so we've been on a little over an hour and a half, Jay. It's been a good night.
It has, and we'll be back at it tomorrow night. Jump on here again, guys, tomorrow night at 9:30. We will be here. And maybe we should not go watch the Uncle Lou, because it seems like everybody says do not go watch Uncle Lou. So maybe we will not. So
maybe I want to do a rant against Uncle Lou. I'm sure they'd all want to see that. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. Boomer.
Sooner.